Oops, I had the volume set too high again. Anyway, welcome back to my complete absence of a game. Hello, game. Come back. There you are. Right. So, yes, things got quite exciting at the end of the last session because the Pope invented Crusades. Finally, it's only 1120. And Kaiser Antonio had just inherited the Holy Roman Empire from Kaiserin Edda, its founder, or refounder, and thus finds himself in the situation where he is the one who gets to lead the largest realm in Christendom against the infidels of the Ikhshidid Sultanate, who control Egypt, which is where the Pope has declared a crusade for. Antonio has nominated Hildeburg di Spoleto, a distant relative, as his beneficiary, largely because she looks like she'd be an excellent ruler. So if the Holy Roman Empire, the largest realm in Christendom, were to turn out to also make the largest contribution to the Crusade, and were Christendom to win the Crusade, which is actually the dodgier one of these, then Hildeburg di Spoleto would become Queen of Egypt. I say the dodgier one because currently the attacking side only has 114% of the number of troops of the defending side. So, there's a chance that we might not actually win it if we make a big enough mess of it. So I should probably get things organised in such a way that we don't make a big mess of it, because that would be good. So we did a bit of research and concluded that it is quite possible to get yourself organised before the Crusade starts and have all of your armies sitting off the coast of North Africa in ships on the 17th of April. So I probably want to do that. I've also been looking at the situation with revolts and whether there's anyone who deserves a holy war. There appear to be two, or indeed any other war, two interesting revolts kicking around. There's a Zemigallian revolt up here, which holds 2 counties. Which holds at least 3 counties, surely. Is one of those actually 2 counties, or do I need to zoom out further? Oh no, which holds 4 counties, scattered widely across the map. And so we can holy war them for Lithuania or Livonia or Ostrogothia, which is actually contiguous with our territory, or Vestlandet, because their ruler is pagan. Alternatively, there is also a Fatimid revolt, which controls this great lump of North Africa. And similarly, we can holy war them as well for Alga, I don't know, for Kabylia or for Tunis. Or we could do both, or we could do neither. It just feels like there's also this revolt, but I don't think they're very useful to us. The Navarrese revolt. We don't have a casus belli for Navarrese revolt. And of course there's a Byzantine revolt, but we only just finished a war with them, because we took that little county there, Consenza, off them. So that would be catastrophically bad for our everyone's opinion of us, really. So there's a question here of what we do next, and whether we... sorry, now I need to catch up with everything on on IRC before I close everything up. Blah, blah, blah. The Pope would have found it easier to do what he wanted if you hadn't kept complaining he was too stupid. The Pope is stupid. I'm pretty sure the current Pope is stupid. Well, I mean, he's not, like, officially slow or anything. He doesn't appear in that window at all. Oh, he probably appears somewhere under the people who are contributing to the Crusade. But, like, the Pope has a learning of 11. The Holy Roman Emperor has learning of 13, so even the Holy Roman Emperor is more learned than the Pope. Yes, so the question is essentially, do I do anything other than the Crusade? So let's look at what we're going to win and what we might be able to do in that sort of regard. So the what you get as the winner of the Crusade is all of the territory that's in the intersection of that which is de facto owned by the Crusade target, this guy, and the de jure kingdom that, or I think duchy it can be, that is the Crusade target. So that means that the territory which the winner would get is pretty much all of de jure Egypt, apart from that county there. So this lump here and this lump here, but not this bit in the middle. So one thing I'm kind of thinking of, that's one duchy, is that maybe if I can remember or look up the correct techniques for doing it, we might be able to found a Crusader state there, in order not to have the Crusader Kingdom of Egypt split by this spurious duchy. But given that, and like the shape of things, it feels like probably Tunis is quite tempting as a holy war target because it's right next door. Hang on. I mean, we only get the northern half of the duchy, sadly, but conveniently that's 3 out of the 5 counties. So then whoever got that duchy would have a de jure claim on the southern 2. So it's kind of tempting to declare that holy war. I feel that sending any of our troops north would just be folly, because they'd be in completely the wrong place for the Crusade. Whereas, like, we're going to have a bunch of troops mucking around in North Africa. Let's get some more stuff for the HRE while we're there.
That large green empire is just designed to be difficult to spell, isn't it?
Ixchidid.
I think that's a cruel god.
It is possible, yes. So I think what I should do, and let's just check the Fatimid Revolt doesn't have a terrifying number of troops. It doesn't. Is declare war on the Fatimid Revolt for probably the bit that's closest to us. Raise my troops and organise them and get them over there. And, like, land them at this end of where we want to be. Okay, they're going to have to be quite spread out. Ooh. Mardia looks like a good place. That has a nice high supply limit. And then take Tunis while we're waiting for the Crusade to begin. And then our armies will be, like, reasonably well organised. So I think that's a plan. Let's just check what this guy has by way of alliances. Nothing good. He's obviously not a member of the of a defensive pact because he's in a revolt. So, yeah, I think that's going to go all right. So, I think the others would get more territory, but I think Tunis is the obviously reasonable one to take. So we are now engaged in a holy war against the Fatimid revolt. I think we just raise all the Holy Roman Empire's troops and then work out what the hell to do with them. I mean, it's traditional to dismiss the ones that turn up on islands, but everyone's going to have to get on a boat anyway. Do I just raise all my fleet levies as well and then tidy things up afterwards? Go on. Right. All the things. Is it better to march people through Egypt, through Germany, or send them on ships around it? Oops. I wonder. We've got time, haven't we? And like the ships are there. Well, let's start filling up ships and then seeing what we have to spare. It's like we do have quite a lot of ships, really. And an awful lot of this bit is coastal, so I can just embark everyone. That's 120 ships, which means they'll take 12,000 troops. Right, maybe everyone should embark in Friesland then. Let's embark everyone who's in a coastal county anyway. Or in a county with ships in, strictly. And then I think we'll basically send everyone from Northern Europe to Friesland to embark. And embark them as they arrive before they... actually, there's probably adequate... got a 40,000 supply limit. We put basically the entire Holy Roman Army in Friesland and they wouldn't starve, which is kind of worrying in its own way. Right. Any spare ships, any completely empty ships may as well go to Friesland as well. Great embarkation. Any non-empty ships? Oops. Should be sent to... What's the... It does shift click add things to my selection. It does. No, not those ones. They're waiting to be filled up with all the other troops. So that lot can all go around to Mardia, to the coast off Mardia. Right. similarly, non-empty ships out here. Can go there, and then we'll see how badly wrong this goes. What? I seem to have accidentally ended up with only one ship selected when I did that. Let's try that again. What? Yes. Do I keep... Am I just unable to hold down control hard enough, or do I actually want to be holding down shift instead? Or am I accidentally selecting an army somewhere that's causing terrible confusion? That's all looking good. Right. That's all the non-empty ships, I think, oh, apart from that one. You lot to there. Right. That's better. Let's unpause and wait for weird shit to happen. Lomza has been converted to the Catholic faith. Excellent. Breslau then. No, you can't because you're still stuck in Lomza. That group is not quite big enough to go ashore yet. Let's work out what's going on up here then. You guys haven't got a ship to get into. Neither of you guys. Okay, well, let's get everyone into Genoa. There's some spare ships that you can go up to Genoa as well. And I seem to have missed that fleet there. They can go down to there. Meanwhile, what's going on up here? That lot want to get onto a ship. That lot are spare ships. And probably aren't needed in Genoa, so, but just to be on the safe side. You lot are heading down here. Right, meanwhile, in the northern part of the Empire, everyone is marching all the way across Central Europe. That will take a little while. But that's fine, we don't actually need that many troops to do this holy war. In fact, $8,000 should be enough with some competent commanders. You've got a holy warrior. We don't appear to have a holy warrior available. Oh, I should take my marshal off his current task so that he can help with them.
What's the holy warrior?
There's a trait you can have. No, there's basically a little orange thing like these ones that is that shows like a sword and a sun. So, anyway, where were we? Yes. So I think that lot now, we can give this lot some decent commanders, though. Let's not lead them myself just yet. I do have moderately spectacular martial skill. But like, I'd quite like to make sure Di Spoleto's next in line for the Holy Roman Empire before I march off into battle at the head of an enormous army. Right, let's completely ignore messages about people leaving and joining defensive pacts, now that I know the button to do that. Who is it you're trying to kill? No one I care about, I don't think. And apparently I'm weirdly paying attention to Pechenegs. Right, so that... Oh, right, that ship is actually on its way. Good. It's just I haven't significantly unpaused. See, everyone knows that there's a Crusade coming, but they don't seem to be doing much to, like, organise themselves for it. Okay, why are they... Right, they've been out of supplies for a while. Right, and I'm not allowed to build a fort, so I think we may as well march into Tunis with this lot. Actually, we're going to want a siege leader in that case, aren't we? Siege leader, where's the siege leader? There's a siege leader.
It's 99 miles already.
Probably like no. Let's just keep building up this enormous fleet, and then we can. Ideally, we'll have a. Yes. I mean, I don't know that it's ever going to help me, but problem is that mostly this seems to cause the Basilissa of the Byzantine Empire to hate the Doge of Amalfi, whereas what I want is for the Doge of Amalfi to hate the Basilissa of the Byzantine Empire. Right, so supply limit 19k, so we may need to spread our army out a bit. We can safely bring a few more ashore. That's what's going on over here then. That's not enough ships for the job. Can we have some more ships here, please? That's still not enough ships for the job. That appears to be an empty ship. Oh no, it's got 267 people in it. Well, given it can hold 1900...
I wondered if there was a command lot for the what 13 doing thing. Lot. Command lot not found. But there were 13 similar ones.
So is that now... That's an entirely empty fleet. Okay. I'll send that empty fleet up there as well, just in case. Oh dear, Duke Inigo of Bavaria is now known as Duke Inigo the Cruel. Probably not a good replacement emperor then. I mean, he's also not a genius. Oh, Beatrix is pregnant, apparently. That's nice. She has already provided Prince Lambert. Truda is by her previous husband. So that siege is going fine. Yeah, whatever. I suppose the other reason why I might oh, we have a holding up there. Yeah, we probably have a trade post, don't we? Why I might care about someone plotting to kill someone else is not only if I care about the person being plotted against, but also if I care about the have some reason to want to imprison the plotter.
I like the idea of imprisoning a plotter. You force them to spend the rest of their life moving a pen over a piece of paper in complicated patterns on demand.
A different Antonio is known as Antonio the Wise. Why Antonio the Tenacious? Yes. Why are you trying to kill him? I mean, Argentina has plenty of kids of her own, so it's not like you're going to get anything obvious out of that. Right, we have taken the castle in Tunis. Supply limit 21k. I can march an awful lot more people in there if I want to. And Alberta, Di Spoleto, genius child. Yes, they do. If a tree falls in the... Someone's putting them up to it, aren't they? If a tree falls in the woods and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a noise? Yeah, we'll have you be diligent if possible. We like diligence.
I like to think that who's putting it up to him is actually a tree.
So we've almost got this lot. Oh, there's a random ship up there with some people in it. Let's send that in the correct direction. It's got 28 people in. Well, they might be useful. That lot. Oh, what are you doing there? You should be in Friesland as well. Friesland is a very crowded county. I could scarcely believe it, but the pregnancy has made my wife Beatrix look even more beautiful than she already was. Whenever we are in the same room, I can hardly take my eyes off her. Do I lose 30 piety and improve, make her opinion of me better? Or do I possibly lose the trait lustful? Which is good for intrigue and fertility. I think I can afford to lose a bit of piety. Right, we have won the siege of Sus. That's nice. Pregnancy has caused my wife to develop quite the unusual tastes. Most of what she asks for dinner nowadays ranges from mildly unsettling to positively revolting. Still, scholars do agree that a pregnant woman's cravings should always be accommodated. So, we can make sure that she's well fed and taken care of by the palace's cooks, which costs a small amount of gold, makes her like the Kaiser, might make her gluttonous, and definitely makes her healthier. We could order the cooks to prepare a quail's foot, which will lose gold and do nothing else. Ditto a hare's head. Or ditto a trout's eye. I mean, and gluttonous is bad for some things and good for other things. I think keeping her healthy is probably good. Now, I don't think any of the rest really matters. Right, now, I'm trying to weld these ships together, but I keep ending up accidentally selecting the armies instead. No, those are still the armies. Those are still the armies. I mean, I can merge the armies together, but I can't then embark them because all the fleets are too small. Am I going to have to march the armies out simply because I can't currently click on those fleets? Or can I? I can click on one fleet. If I then shift-click... ooh. Control click? No. But I can merge a few of them. If I keep merging them... How can I... Oh, is it... Oh, they've got some troops on already. So there's only 148 ships. That's not enough for 19,000 troops. Oh well, we'll have to send some ships back from the Med to pick them up. Good job Friesland has a high supply limit. I shall worry about where the spare armies are shortly. So we still have 4 months until the Crusade starts. You lot can head back. You can head all the way over to Friesland to try to pick up this slightly oversized army. Meanwhile, let's finish merging the army together. So then we can go... Where are there 28 troops? What's going on here? You appear to be standing still in the middle of the ocean. Oh, you vanished. Well, I suppose that's probably likely to happen if you're standing still in the middle of the ocean. Oh, are you on that ship? Right, okay, that's the 28 troops that I found a while ago and who are heading over to actually maybe they should head to Friesland. No, it'll be fine. This lot are doing very little. Oh, that place and that place have enough supply limit to take them. Let's send them over there. We have apparently a couple of prisoners. Someone's been banished. Yes, we imprisoned some people. And yes, that was the end of the banishment bit. So, I mean, frankly, we don't need the war score. Don't need imprisonment for war score anyway, but it isn't giving us any. So let us attempt to ransom these two. That is essentially a sort of very small amount of money. Duke Edgefrith wants Italia, does he? Well, I don't think he's going to get it. At least not from me. Tech points from Constantinople. Oh, a child lacks a guardian. She is a perfectly ordinary Di Spoleto. So let's find someone who will get her lots of piety. Not someone with such terrible scores as that, though. Let's Palmer off on Adamar. Right, so what's that suspiciously green bit there? Oh right, it's an Irish green, not a Muslim green. Okay. While you're here, you lot may as well have... I should have one other siege leader kicking around, yes. And we should pay some attention to trying to notice when anyone... another Dulles Di Spoleto who wants a guardian. I'm sure I could be more careful about this, but I'm kind of busy organising Crusade here. I mean, it's not a crusade quite yet. One's trying to kill the Count of Orvieto. Alright, just the husband of the current countess. Is there anyone we can marry to him? He's an Antonio. Hang on, is he? No, he's not a. I would insist on it being matrilineal, of course. Right, no, you're not willing to do that because you are actually a count and in control of your own fate. Bah. We have taken Carthage. Someone's joined a defensive pact. Random inheritance. There's probably people I'm watching for reasons I can no longer remember. Non-aggression pact has been dissolved. Someone's trying to kill someone else. Not, I think, anyone interesting. No. Lots of non-aggression pacts dissolving. Oh, we've seen a revolt army briefly. Right. Well, let's not send these 28 troops against the revolt army. Bertold Kven claims he would make it better Chancellor than Prince Rutger. Prince Rutger has 22 thing. Bertold Kven has 24. It's true. But, like, no, I rule because I'm generally in favour of giving De Spoletos things that will get them some prestige, and, okay, he's not going to get any piety. And, like, he is pretty good, Prince Rutger. He's not quite as good as Kven, but... I'm making some progress in merging that all together. Oh, the Crusade has started already. I haven't finished with the other war yet. Kaiser Antonio the Tenacious has accepted a call to arms from Pope Urbanus III, opposing Sultan Husayn II of the Ikhshidid Sultanate. Due to having pledged to join the Crusade, Kaiser Antonio the Tenacious had no other choice. Crusade for Egypt! In a grand announcement, the Pope declares a crusade for Egypt. It was once part of the core Christian lands. Really? And lords from all across the world gather to fight for it in the grand war once more. The Ikhshidid lands have long been under the tyrannical rule of the Mohammedan infidel Sultan Husayn II of the Ikhshidid Sultanate. But with the upcoming Christian onslaught, it is surely only a matter of time before he will fall. God will grant remission of sin to everyone partaking in the religious war, in the righteous war. Deus Vult. 100 piety for me. Right, well, we've almost got to the point where I can load my troops onto the ships to take them there. I mean, we have got a decent number kicking around out here already. So... someone else has joined a defensive pact against me. Right. Don't think this actually changes very much immediately. And Alberta Di Spoleto has become a skilled tactician and a genius, and she is betrothed to the heir to the High Chiefdom of Pskov, which is a bit random, but he is still the heir to the High Chiefdom of Pskov. I think that may mean I'm about to lose one of my wards, so I should track down another genius Di Spoleto and start teaching them. Right, we've finally got an adequacy of ships. Here, so we can embark that lot. And send an army of 22,000 people in a single fleet to Egypt. Right, let's send that lot round to this side, because I think there's another province. Yes, there's a province here that can take 25,000 people. So let's send that lot to there. And we want ideally to take Sirte first, actually. Possibly once we have, let's finish these 2 sieges and then start sending our troops round to Sirte to try to claim it. So meanwhile we could dismiss some of these fleets. Don't really want the 2 armies to overlap one another very much indeed. Is a 10,000 army marching along the coast safe? Yes, but a 14,000 army marching along the coast is not safe. I would suggest I should split it. Send 1/2 along the coast. Leave the other half there for a bit. And probably have them catch up a bit later. Also the half that's going first, Ivtek, Unikan and Assur, one of those is an organiser. Good. Make sure that the army that's moving in front is an organiser so they won't get caught up by the one behind them. So boring defensive pack messages. So many armies. Where are my ships? Where's my ships? No. Oh, there's my fleet currently passing through the Straits of Dover. I'm going to pause that army here briefly to make sure that the other one gets ahead of them by at least 1 county. Right. Now let's go again. Son was born to Kaiser Antonio the Tenacious and Kaiserin Beatrix of the Holy Roman Empire. Is he named Heribert? He probably is, yes, because it's a very odd name. Right, we've won a battle. That has done very little for our war score. It doesn't even appear to appear on the list, possibly because it wasn't against the right people. So I think this lot can now be set moving and they can go to the 3rd county in Sirte. Meanwhile, what's going on with our commanders? Have any right? So they're becoming Crusaders. So I should now cycle my my various commanders through this army, or indeed any other army, so that I can finally stand before the destination of the crusade while I'm actually kind of in the middle of it. With a sword in hand, I'm ready to storm the walls of Tripolitana. Right. Our armies
I'm not sure you can storm the walls with just one sword. That
now stand poised to take part in the crusade for the Sultanate of Egypt. I have become a crusader. Everyone has become a crusader. Not everyone yet. I need to cycle in all of my other commanders. And possibly anyone else, pause, I might want to be a crusader. Cause, like, essentially anyone I can make into... So what does Crusader get you? So it's +2 martial, nice, +10 personal combat score, +15 opinion from anyone who also has the Crusader trait. So obviously all of my immediate vassals want to be Crusaders. I have 52 Crusader immediate vassals. This is going to take a little while. I have to appoint each of them as a commander and put them in charge of this army in turn.
For this purpose, we have programming languages.
Actually, some of them will be children and some of them will be women and some of them will already be commanders. So
For this purpose, we have CK.
he's already a commander, for instance.
Reason
Well, I will have to fire a commander first, though, of course, so that I've got a space. So I have appointed Christopher Conradina. Christopher Conradina is now a Crusader. Right, that technique seems to work. Wrong button. Can I appoint the Pope as a commander? Fire Christopher Conradina. Appoint the Pope. Yes, I can. Put the Pope in charge of this army. The Pope is now a Crusader. I cannot appoint Queen Emma di Spoleto of Swabia. Ditto presumably Mechthild. Hang on, I can't appoint anyone as a commander till I fire the Pope. But I still can't appoint these. No. But Velasco de Vasconia, I presumably can, yes. Fire Velasco. Point Adriano. Fire Adriano. Appoint Adone. Fire Adone. Is he on? There he is. No, that's Adriano. I've just done it, Adriano, haven't I? Yes. These are not in a consistent order. This is a problem. Point Blasi. Yes. Relieve Blasi. Appoint Antonio. He's already a commander. Appoint Federico. Relieve Federico. The amusing thing is, this is all taking 0 time in the in-game time. Point Baldwin.
You'd spend the morning signing paperwork and less than 1 day would have passed, so it's not that.
Yes, but they're all going out and leading this army, apparently. Yes, I suppose you can see this as just doing a bunch of weird appointments paperwork. Relieve Baldwin. Can't appoint Epiphania. Can appoint Hans. The martial skill of 3. Well, actually, yes, he has a martial skill of 3, despite and 2 of those come from being a crusader. Right. Relieve Hans very rapidly. Appoint Gerlach. Relieve Gerlach. Appoint Reinhold. No, not assign Guardian. Appoint Commander. Relieve Reinhold. Appoint another. Hang on, we've done Gerlach, Duke of Nordgau, haven't we? Berengar of Duke of Canton. Has Berengar, Duke of Canton, got to... He's moved somewhere in the list. I should probably have sorted these by name or something else stable. There he is. Relieve Berengar, Duke of Canton. We've already appointed Gerlach von Babenberg and Reinhold Huppoldinger of Salzburg, I think. Yeah, let's just check. Yes. Stop scrolling me back to the top. Berengar of Canton. Sciaria, Grand Mayor of Pomerania. So let's fire Sciaria, Grand Mayor of Pomerania. Sorry, relieve. Argentina, Liudolfinger does not get the job. Echtigern, Duke of Brabant, does though. So I could relieve them from that menu directly, couldn't, from that screen directly, couldn't I? Which save having to find them again. Relieve Echtigan. How about Gregory, Duke of Angria? Angrier than what? Right. So we've dealt with Duke Gregory of Angria. Duke Eberhard of Baden. He's been around for a while, or are we on like the 25th Duke Eberhard of Baden? Duke Eberhard of Baden got to. Here he is. Christopher, Prince Archbishop of Bremen. Where's Christopher, Prince Archbishop of Bremen gone? Did I press the wrong button somewhere? Doesn't appear to be in the list. Did he just die? No, that would be weird. Let's try that again. Christopher Di Spoleto, Prince Archbishop of Bremen. He is a commander. Oh, is he something weird like my... He's my spy master, so he's currently in Constantinople and is thus not in a position to lead an army. Well, I do want my spy master to like me, so let's withdraw him from Constantinople. And now we can appoint him to lead this army. Probably. That's better. I mean, he likes me anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but... Right. Losing track where I am. Prince Archbishop of Bremen. Was that was the guy we just dealt with, wasn't it? Yes. Ludwig, Prince Archbishop of Swabia. He's already a commander. Skleros, Prince Archbishop of Münster. Sorry, Philippos Skleros. Relieve. Augustine Chatenois is a child and hence unhelpful. Hans, Duke of Trier, appoint commander. This would be a lot less effort if I were in a sensible realm that wasn't the Holy Roman Empire and hence full of tiny dukes. Dukelings, yes, thank you. But the thing is, being full of tiny dukes is excellent for them not ganging up and killing me. Next, Adamar, Duke of Köln. Inigo, Duke of Bavaria. Haven't we done him? No, we haven't. Doing that causes it to scroll to the top of the list again. Nazareno, Duke of Crine. Yeah, something like that. Wolfgang, Prince Archbishop of the Rhine. Well, I think just got up from 0 marshal to 2 as a result of that. No. Michael Garonen, Duke of Lausitz. Michael von Aalborg, Duke of Meissen. Borislav Piast, High Chief of Greater Poland.
Greater Poland have no man in this. It's the biggest Poland.
Adam von Rensburg, Duke of Brandenburg. I mean, all of them have to go and get themselves a helmet made in order to go out and do this job for 30 seconds. Which is slightly silly. I think I just forgot to relieve him, didn't I? Oh, well, we can do that in a moment. I'll probably stop once I run out of dukes. I've lost him. But we'll relieve him from here then. Despite the extra faff. Rhine, Thurgau, Lausitz, Meissen, Greater Poland, Duchess of Mecklenburg, Brandenburg. Found him again. Duchess of Rugen, Duke of Modena. Oh, forgot to relieve him. Modena, Majorca. He's plotting. He's engaged in a faction against me. Still, he gets to like me more, among other things. Duke of Salerno. Theodore de Foggia. Duke of Calabria. And finally, because I'm too bored to do the counts, the Prince Archbishop of Ferrara. Right, now let us appoint a sensible commander. Was it just King Gerlach? A better option than King Gerlach? That is sorted correctly. I mean, we did have a Holy Warrior there, but oh yeah, we'll go for the Holy Warrior with 14. Right. So, back to the Sorry, there's a bunch of stuff going by in IRC, presumably because everyone is astonishingly bored.
Okay, none of it makes any sense.
Oh, good. Right, so yes, everyone is still marching in approximately the correct directions. Someone's trying to besiege back some territory, though. We can't have that. Go in there and give them a good thrashing. P.S. Let's get some decent commanders in this army because it's about to get into a fight. Let's just pick the top three. Oh no, one of them's me and one of them's an organiser, and we want the organisers getting us into the particular place that we're aiming for quickly. You're an organiser, aren't you? No, you're not. Have an organiser. You should have our other organiser. If we have enough, do we not have two organisers? My usual plan is to have two organisers and two siege leaders, but we seem to have ended up with only one organiser. Oh well. Right, I do need to pay some attention to what else is going on. People keep joining defensive pacts against me. You're all trying to kill some random bloke. Yeah, whatever. You're all trying to kill Valpurga Chatenois. I don't think I care about Valpurga Chatenois. Ooh, defensive bonus from Desert. Well, I've got quite a lot of troops. I'm quite a lot of men.
Haven't you heard?
You have Richara Di Spoleto, who is dull, partly because she's a newborn, and most newborns are pretty dull. Oh, I need to find myself a new ward, don't I? So who do we have? Apparently I have to choose the child first. Who do we have by way of Genius Di Spoletos kicking around? No one. Well, that's weird. Well, I'll pick a random young Di Spoleto who probably needs a good influence in her life. Oh, we have a new Duke of Mecklenburg. Hello, come and join my happy army. I'll have to fire another commander in order to get you in their mind. Let us temporarily. Oh, I don't know. Well, we'll fire our holy warrior simply because I can find him again. So where's our new Duke of Mecklenburg then? Meckle. Because he is not yet a crusader, which is obviously inappropriate. Oh, he's not a crusader if we do him there, because that's not part of the correct kingdom. Let's do him in the correct place. That's better. You're fired. Right. Meanwhile, that battle is going well. We've started besieging over there. Those ships are arriving. Right, we have won the Battle of Sidi Mubarak, which is excellent for our war score in that war. So I think now actually we sit down here, finish besieging that county and hope that pushes us over 100% war score here. And then we can claim that patch of land for the Empire.
That's a helpful staging point for all your Crusade troops.
Well, yeah, but everyone is frankly coming in by other routes anyway. Here they are. 22,000 troops. What's the supply limit there? 25,000. Maybe we shouldn't bring them ashore when there's already 6,000 of my troops there. Everyone's going to be coming ashore unhelpfully, aren't they? Well, let's bring them ashore here, and we'll probably have to split that army up rapidly and spread them out along the coast. Oh yes, you're meant to be going somewhere else, aren't you? So you can stop proselytising there and start proselytising in Breslau. So, has anyone made any contribution to the Crusade yet? Yes, so far, Duke of Baco II of Brittany. Oh no, I've made the largest contribution of 91%, and Duke of Baco II of Brittany has made a contribution of 3%. So once that lot of the King of Bohemia has been excommunicated. How intriguing. All those messages. Non-aggression pact dissolved. Another non-aggression pact dissolved. Right. We have won the siege of Le Kef. So that means that we hold so much of Tunis that we can enforce our demands to take Tunis off the infidel. So now the expansion of the Holy Roman Empire into into Africa has begun. I thought it might be by thus taking part of Mercuria, but Princess Epiphania is hanging on at the age of 71, and so the point at which Count Philemon of Assosa becomes a vassal of the empire is still in the future. But we have gained Tunis as part of the Holy Roman Empire. So now I think we want to make sure we get this army into somewhere where they can be useful again. We already have an army heading... Right, that lot have come ashore. I need to do something with them. Because they are actually technically over supply limit. So let us quickly split them in half. No, I've only got 10,000 troops selected now. Oh, what? I think I may have split them incorrectly. Let's try that again. Split them in half. That's better. Select half of them. That's still too large an army. Slightly. Okay, let's merge them, and no, I don't really want to have to split them by hand. Well, let's split one of those armies again then, and then send half of them into that county, and half of them into that county. Random internal wars going on. Right, anyway, what's going on here? I've apparently gained a ton of titles. I've gained an awful lot of titles. Because essentially I now hold every title in Tunis. So my list of titles is a bit silly because, like, some of these counties have an awful lot of places in them. Like, it's kind of tempting to just say, oh, I should appoint my spare son as Duke of Tunis and let him sort it out. Like Prince Rutger, who is, to be fair, a pretty decent commander, would probably be a pretty good Duke of Tunis. Do I actually control the Duchy of Tunis? Did I get a duchy out of this? I thought I should have. Do I need to usurp the Duchy of Tunis first? Or even create it? What's going on? Right. De jure. Oh, right. The Emirate of Tunis still exists, and I can't usurp it because the current holder is at war. Right. Okay. Well, let's make my son all three of those counts and make it his problem by that means instead. Or I suppose I could appoint my two very young sons as counts of Bizerte of the two places that aren't Tunis. Appoint Rutger as Count of Tunis and let them fight it out. That sounds fun. So you can be Duke of Majerda. I mean, Count of Majerda. And all lower titles. You can be Count of Bizerte and all lower titles. And Rutger, you can be Count of Tunis and all lower titles. and then you can work out between you which one of you gets the duchy once the duchy becomes available. But actually, what might happen? Actually, yeah, that's if I do what I'm planning and start playing as the Crusade beneficiary, then actually I won't get to do that because I can't usurp that duchy until the war has ended. At which point, yes, things will have gone a bit differently. I will not be playing as the Emperor anymore. Oh dear, that's put me over my vassal limit. Right, what duchies can I create? Is any of them likely to be useful? I suppose what I should look at is what count level vassals I've got. For instance, why is the Count of Padua my direct vassal? Because its parent title is the Duchy of Verona, which it doesn't yet exist. Which should also cover Mantua, who is not my direct vassal. And Padua. Oh, hang on. Padua was, and Verona, who is not my direct vassal. So that doesn't actually gain me much. How about him? What's he doing, still being my direct vassal? What's his title actually de jure of? His Duchy of Benevento, which doesn't exist yet. It should also contain the County of Benevento, which is held by the Count of Benevento, who is vassal of Salerno, so that's not very helpful either. What I want to do is to find two of my count level vassals who have the same de jure duchy as their liege. Mazovia already exists and we can't take it away. Duchy of Baden exists, but the Countess of Baden is not the Duke of Baden's vassal. Well, that's weird. He presumably is slightly annoyed about this. Yes. Excellent. Well, that will fix my problem. Right. Now I'm within my vassal limit, because the Countess of Baden is now vassal of the Duke of Baden. Dismiss that fleet. That fleet is now empty and can be sailed back to friendly territory to be dismissed as well. And Alberta di Spoleto has died. Notable for being the mother of the Prince Archbishop of Bremen and the Queen of Abyssinia. Bunch of people have pissed off to Carthage and possibly other places, who knows. Thank you. I mean, it probably won't work, but Ingoltrude Hupoldinger has come of age. She is betrothed to a Di Spoleto for reasons I can't currently remember. Oh, because she's heir to the Duchy of Saxony. Sounds good to me. Prince Archbishop of the Rhine has done something, I've forgotten what it was. Inherited a barony. Thank you, yes, you're joining the defensive pact against me. I mean, my threat is high again because I gained Tunis. Well, the territory of Tunis anyway. Still haven't got the title, mind. Oi, people are coming in and trying to help with this crusade. We do have plus 1% war score now. Battle of Apis. Oh, we've built some stables. I've got slightly too much money in Angerburg. Well, let's build a keep then. Someone else joined a defensive pact. We're about to start winning. Right, someone is marching some unfriendly troops into my territory, which means we want to make sure this army is set up with some competent commanders. So we could try to bring in some reinforcements, but we've got a defensive bonus, we've got more people, we've got some excellent commanders, and most of the people, and it's a fairly tight supply limit anyway, so I think I'm not going to try to do that. Right, we have started winning sieges in this I'm now only at 36% of the contribution. I think other people have been doing things in this war. That's unfair. Also, I am, of course, occupying unhelpful things to an extent. Someone has declared war on Prince Heribert. All right, it's within the... What? I don't know that you're allowed to do that. I think that war is probably not valid. Yes, thank you. It was never valid. Stop it. Who are you trying to murder? Nobody matters. There's a bunch more troops coming in to join this battle. And also, we don't seem to be able to occupy anything more here. Oh, because the other thing is actually held by... the city there is actually owned by Amalfi. You guys can stay there for now, though. This lot will go and join that battle in order to ensure that we actually win it. And it should be okay. We have a new Queen of Bavaria, Queen Adelheid of Bavaria, who you will observe, unlike her predecessor, is a Di Spoleto. Has come to the throne. She's a genius. She's a zealous genius. Her son, Prince Alwa, is her expected successor. Yes, she should be quite useful. We have a new Christopher Di Spoleto. Battle's going all right so far, but there is a bunch of armies not marching in there anymore. Well, I can't stop this lot now. And another little Di Spoleto. Bardi. Okay, there's already a revolt over the Duchy of Baden, just after I gave Duke Eberhard some more an extra vassal. We've won the siege of Berea. Where was that? Oh, is that one? No, that's Benghazi. Is it that? Berea, yes. Well, that battle is going to... Defenders of Oriana executed captives on the wall, angering the besiegers and strengthening their resolve. Almost won the Battle of Jalu. There we go. So, we are technically within the supply limit for both of these counties now. So let's merge those two armies for now, because that county is finished with. If we capture one of the holdings in that one. Stop filling up my counties. I should probably not be besieging things on the coast, because people are just stupid and march along the coast, filling up the supply limit. Because I want to get Tadrift. Wondering if actually I send someone from elsewhere into Tadrift. Now this lot should finish their siege pretty soon. Yes. They are catastrophically outnumbered there. Right, so here is the Create Crusader State button, which I'm hoping to use. We need to occupy all de jure county titles of the Emirate of Sirte. Which we do not yet do. I think that means we don't actually need all the holdings. But let's finish off that siege, and then send this lot into Tadrift. Everyone else is going to Siwa, apparently, which is good. As in Bayek of Siwa, I presume. Right, we've won the siege of Oriana. Food and supplies have been smuggled into Tripoli, though. Who's Alaric Alohafinger, and do I want to save him? That seems a bit distant, really. Hurrah! The County of Breslau has been converted. Right, well, we better... Well, we can't get him back. He's still stuck, too enthusiastic about his new proselytising job to listen to our pleas for him to return home. Excellent. Someone has become a mastermind theologian. We like mastermind theologians. She is betrothed to some random courtier. There was probably a good reason for this, but I'm not going to be playing as the Holy Roman Emperor for much longer, I hope, if this all works. So I'm not very worried about it. I need to hurry a bit with creating this Crusade estate because we're already at 44% war score. Do you guys have a... yeah, you do. I think. Yes, you do have an organiser, so you are getting there as fast as you can. Right. So okay, Tuscany has not managed to get Gallura off the off. Do I want to assault? They have a tiny number of people in there, but like it will only take. Oh, sorry. Let's try assaulting and see what happens. Yeah, that was quick. Right, so now... Ooh! Special title action possible. Create Crusade Estate. So, I don't think Verity has ever managed to get this. But we have occupied the entire Duchy of Sirte. I don't think we quite have. I might want to check the rules for this. I think maybe we want to... finish occupying the other holdings in... So that one we have all the holdings we can have. There is one more holding here, so I think I'm not quite going to do it yet. Rather, I'm going to finish this siege as well, which will take next to no time. Right. Now we occupy all the holdings we can. So, we have occupied the Duchy of Sirte. If we so wish, we could settle some of our men in the area, take control of the duchy and create a Crusade estate. Now, I found the button before Pink Beast. I merely couldn't click it at that point. So, I think I should create a Crusade estate. Cost me 500 prestige, yeah, 300 gold, yeah. And then I think I get 3 options as to what to do with it. Right. My men storm the walls of Sirte and finally take the last proper bastion of Sirte. Sorry, that's slightly complicated because one of those is the city and one of those is the duchy. If I settle my men around the area, they can probably support the ongoing crusade and help us claim victory. But the Pope will not be pleased if I unrightfully take these lands for myself. Oh, right. So, here are my options. One, I will find a suitable ruler for this new land, which puts Hildeburg my current Crusade beneficiary, who I carefully selected as the best possible person to play as. I think I do get the option to play as her as the Duchess, I suppose. That might be quite fiddly. So if I do that one, Hildeburg becomes an independent Duchess of Sirte and tributary of Kaiser Antonio. Another approach is that I'm now thinking, can I actually could I change my Crusade beneficiary and then do this again? I'll have a look at what people we have available. I can decide Sirte sounds like an appropriate part of the Holy Roman Empire, which will essentially be as though I had just holy warred it. All pledged Crusaders' opinion of Kaiser Antonio changes by -20 for 10 years, lose 100 piety. Kaiser Antonio himself could abdicate all his old titles and settle down in Sirte, and I think I would then be playing as him. Or I can say I have no interest. And I think that doesn't give me the settled Crusaders trait, so I think I can immediately redo it. So currently my beneficiary is Hildeburg di Spoleto, because I carefully chose her as the person it would be most fun to play as next. But wasn't there an alternative who would be almost as good? We have the 16-year-old 18 diplomacy, 24 martial, Adalberta di Spoleto. She has just come of age. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is grant Hildeburg the Duchy of Sirte and nominate the 16-year-old Adalberta as my new Crusade beneficiary, because I think she will be an even better Crusade beneficiary than Hildeburg. She's certainly pretty close. Like, Hildeburg's 1919 and 1919, 12, 11, 8, and Adalberta is 1824, 7, 12, 10. Yeah, they're pretty close, aren't they? So yes, I will find a suitable ruler. The ruler in question will be Hildeburg, and then we'll see how the rest of this goes. Crusader Lady of Sirte. The Christian Crusaders have taken Sirte and settled their soldiers around the area. Though the crusade for the Ixchid Sultanate is still ongoing, the area around Sirte is indisputably in the hands of Duchess Hildeburg of Sirte. Emboldened and supported by the new Lady of Sirte, The Crusaders fight harder than ever to conquer the Ikhshidid Sultanate. It is now only a matter of time before the rest of the Muslim realms will fall. I will not play as Duchess Hildeberg because I want to play as Queen Adalberta. But fight on, brothers and sisters. Right, my new beneficiary will therefore be Adalberta di Spoleto. So, I'm still the largest contributor by quite some distance. We should now march our troops out of Sirte. What are you... Oh, you're besieging the trade post of Sirte now, are you? Right. Tough. Let's just get back to doing useful things. And there goes Bertold Kven, who was pestering me to become Chancellor. He can now become Chancellor of Sirte. This has, I think, reduced our war score because we've swiped this bit of territory out from in there. Duchess Hildeberg, the Crusader of Sirte, who has the Crusader trait, which has pumped up her martial skill rather. And has Duke Bertold of Sirte, which has a consequence that she has a terrifying state diplomacy, which will probably be helpful to her. She has appointed suitable mayors and priests, and now has the fun of the fact that all of her she's converted, possibly magically, the capital county at least to Christianity, but all the rest of her people are still going to be things. Oh, and she's she, as a tributary of Kaiser Antonio, she pays 39% of her income to her suzerain. Until King Antonio dies. Interesting. Suzerainty mostly is difficult to get without DLC, but apparently this is a bit you can get. Her suzerain is not called Susan, her suzerain is called Antonio. No, she doesn't, I don't think, appear in this list because she is technically not a vassal. Like, the idea is that technically it's an independent realm, but they have some complicated... Oh, maybe it comes under pacts, actually. Yes. Hildeberg di Spoleto, tributary. It's a kind of alliance, but an asymmetric alliance. Count Guy of Vexin died under suspicious circumstances. Don't know why we were interested in him in the first place, but... Right, we won another siege. Oh, we've dragged some random kid out of hiding. He doesn't seem to be doing anything for our... war score though, so let's quickly ransom him for some money. Well, the supply limit there is only 9,000. Well, that's not very good, is it? No, that wasn't the button I meant. Yeah. Supply limits over here are terrible. Slightly over the supply limit there as well. Keep draining people out of their hiding holes. Oh dear. It's going to take a while to ransom all of that lot. None of whom are of any relevance, are they? No. Stop pulling people out of their hiding holes. My dungeon is full. I noticed my grandson Jutbert at play with another child yesterday and noticed he didn't want to share his toys. Well, he needs Electron charity then. Excellent. So has everyone all the people who might ransom people to run out of money, or are they, oh no, still considering an offer, right? It would be kind of helpful if we could, like, ransom people in bulk. We do have a serious supply limit problem out here. I'm getting to the point of going, we should just send people home because we can't feed them. Actually, there's a convenient bunch of ships there. Let's bring them in so that we can save our supply limit by putting people back on the ships. Meanwhile, let's send them into a nice, convenient, friendly territory next door. We're about to win this crusade anyway, which is a bit of a problem because I haven't managed to ransom everyone yet. Right. So, zillions of messages. One of which is a ransom. Victorious Crusaders! God has granted Kaiser Antonio of the Holy Roman Empire victory in the crusade for Egypt. Emir Hussein of the Ikhshidid Emirate has been beaten at every turn throughout the war and has finally had to give up his holdings in Egypt. Kaiser Antonio has granted the new lands of Egypt to Adalberto di Spoleto. The Pope has made an announcement about the victory and the virtues of the Crusaders as true faithful protectors of the faith. With the Muslims being pushed out of their old lands, there are certainly more conflicts to come. Praise God. The Catholic Crusade for Egypt has ended. Pope Urbanus III won. Adalberto di Spoleto has had a champion. What? And a sword added to their treasury. So if we look at Adalberta's champion treasury, she has some German Crusader armour and the German Blade of the Cross. The armour was given to Adalberto di Spoleto by Pope Urbanus III for her participation in the Crusade. Similarly, the sword. Queen Adalberta, the Sword of Jesus of Egypt. So have we got anyone else we can ransom? Probably too late, but... So intriguingly, I think get in a moment the option to become Queen Adalberta, but I haven't got it yet. Emir Hussein of the Ikhshidid Sultanate accepted the peace offer. Adalberta is now known as the Sword of Jesus. Antonio is now Antonio the Lionheart of the Holy Roman Empire. Antonio has gained a saintly finger and a lance. Specifically, while he can't wear the Reichskrone, has equipped the majestic Spear of the Cross. This lance was given to Kaiser Antonio of the Holy Roman Empire by Pope Urbanus III for his participation in the Crusade for the Ikhshid Sultanate. Grants +1 martial, +0.5 monthly prestige, +7 personal combat skill, and some extra troops. He has also gained the Finger of St. Valentine of Rome. Fingerbone of St. Valentine of Rome, given to Kaiser Antonio of the Holy Roman Empire by Pope Urbanus III. This is sounding like Dwarf Fortress. For his participation in the Crusade for the Ikhshid Sultanate. That is worth 0.03 monthly piety to someone who has plus 4.84 monthly piety. Yeah, that's not very valuable, really. Right, so can I now usurp the Emirate of Tunis? No, because the Emir of Tunis is still at war. Right, yes. 2 other wars going on. So all of my troops should now pile into those ships. Actually, no, they shouldn't. The Holy Roman Empire controls some perfectly good land here. Let's just send everyone up there to Tunis. Adalberta di Spoleto has become Queen of Egypt. We've released a few people. And Countess of this, that, and the other. Because, well, the Kingdom of Egypt is quite big. Queen Adalberta sets everything up in her new kingdom. The Crusader Queen! After the long fought battle for Egypt, okay, it did last over a year, I think, it has finally been restored to the faith. Adalberta di Spoleto has stepped up to the throne as the beneficiary of the Holy Roman Empire, becoming the Queen of the Crusader state. Surely it will be hard to continue fighting at the fringe of Christendom, but everyone can agree that Queen Adalberta is the right person for the job. The Pope requests that the rest of the Christian world support this new kingdom as the best they can, and not let it once more fall to the infidels and heathens. So do I wish her luck, or do I say, if only it could have been me? Obviously, I mean, it might have been nice to have become that bit, but obviously I'm now going to start playing as Queen of Egypt. Boing! King CK of Tripolitania. My marshal has promptly declared war on someone. Right, okay. So, I am now playing as Queen Adalberta, the Sword of Jesus of Egypt, who is a genius, and now is a Crusader Queen, which gets her plus 30 damage against religious enemies, plus 20 national levy size increase, martial plus 3, so she has 29 martial. Personal combat skill plus 15, same faith opinion plus 35. So everyone loves her, despite the fact that she looks like a duck. Her husband is King Lutaverus, who is Lithuanian and the wrong religion, and is strong, which is probably why he's here. So that gives him some extra martial. Perhaps more usefully is likely to give his children extra martial. So, what is going on with Queen Adalberta then? She has no children because she's 17. Though her sisters are fairly well. She has a half sister called Beat Gifu Eldwine's daughter. She has another half sister called Lefwaru Eldwine's daughter, and she has a full sister, another half sister, who is Princess Jazara of Abyssinia. Her heir is the Earl of Suffolk, who is her nephew. Her mother is Queen Haika of Abyssinia, right, yes. And presumably, yes, her mother's former husband is like more connected with Anglo-Saxon things than Abyssinia. So her council has some pretty impressive people in it, actually. I mean, like we've got a 20 diplomacy chancellor. I only got 15 marshal for our marshal. We should probably try to invite a decent marshal in. Yeah, I think we can probably do better than this. We definitely need a better spy master. Isn't like our husband a better spy master? Maybe not. No heir of my dynasty because the Earl of Suffolk is the wrong dynasty. Right, that's a problem that needs fixing quickly. She needs an ambition. Probably going to be to have a son. And she should appoint a designated regent and a commander. And her territory, well, it's quite a lot of Northern Africa, with the exception of the bit that's held by Duchess Hildeberg the Crusader. Who is not hugely in favour. Partly because Duchess Hildeberg is cynical and just, where Queen Adalberta is zealous and arbitrary. Arbitrary is a pain, in a sense. I mean, yes, lowers stewardship and vassal opinion. But we do have plus 35 plus same faith opinion, which is like pretty useful. So what on earth is going on with our laws? We're currently running agnatic cognatic primogeniture, which is in a sense quite nice. The resilience of claimants, because, well, we just conquered this place in a holy war. Presumably all of our vassals, yes, are people who were also other Crusader beneficiaries. So we essentially get all of the vassals assigned to us. But Hildeberg herself actually controls quite a lot of the titles. Let's see if there are any people who object to the... So you want the barony of Juanina one? Yes. Do we have that one then? Yes. So who have we got as vassals then? We have the Duke of Tripolitania, which is that patch. Duke of Aswan, which is over there. Duke of Cyrenaica, which is there. Asyut. So it's lots and lots of duchies. That little coastal bit. We own Cyprus. Okay. So there are no independent counts. So we've got lots of mayors and such, and then dukes of the various duchies, but then there's a bunch of counties, and there's so Adalberta controls the Duchy of Cairo, and Fustat is at least de jure in Cairo. De jure in Cairo. De jure in Cairo. De jure Cairo, right. So Adalberta controls the kingdom, the Duchy of Cairo, and all the counties in the Duchy of Cairo. Plus three spare baronies. Two of which are not in Cairo. So possibly she should give away those two baronies in order to tidy things up a bit. And Kaiser Antonio the Lionheart is now an NPC. So the AI gets to work out what the hell happens to the Holy Roman Empire now. Let's watch him though. So what's going on here in the rest of North Africa then? The Fatimids, the Ikshidids still exist, but they've now been reduced to an emirate, this little patch here. So the various lands that were not de jure part of Egypt have often split out. So we have like Fatimids and independent counties over here. Which, might be quite fun if you happen to control 24,000 troops in North Africa. And to think that the neighbours might possibly not want to keep their territories. Like, we could totally start holy warring all the neighbours. Pink Beast asks, what's that between Egypt and Egypt? That is the Duchy of Sirte, held by Duchess Hildeberg di Spoleto, the Crusader of Sirte, who Kaiser Antonio put in charge there during the Crusade. That is our Crusader state. That is our Crusader state that we founded in mid Crusade, because I thought it would be quite helpful to have a Christian in that gap rather than leaving that bit Muslim. The one who, as you say, the one who's not a bear. So she was intended to become Queen of Egypt, but then we found out Alberta, who's even better. She's managed to find 2 extra points of diplomacy by holding fun festivities. Well done. Adalberta and Hildeberg do not entirely see eye to eye. But we don't have a casus belli against her, and she's far too weak to be a problem. Adalberta is militarily terrifying. Like, she has 12,000 Demain troops. She is definitely going to be looking to the west and going, how many of these duchies can I take? A problem, of course, is that essentially all of her subjects are Sunni. So there are going to be lots of revolts to put down. She's got plenty of vassal limit, though. So she can certainly take more territory. So let's say that she would like a son. Oh yes, what she got by way of artefacts. I think we've seen these, haven't we? She has the German Blade of the Cross and the German Crusader armour, yes. Does Hildeberg have any artefacts? No, poor Hildeberg. No, I kind of expect that Hildeberg will eventually not yet. Become part of the Kingdom of Egypt. But that will be a little while. So, yes, since it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I think now that the Adalberta, we claim on the county of Northumbria, thank you. Now that Adalberta has become Queen of Egypt at the age of 17, with 24,500 men at her disposal, and a fairly phenomenal amount of piety, though probably not as much as the... the capital of the Holy Roman Empire's moved. Did you move it, you weirdo, Antonio? The tech there is terrible compared to Capua. But, like, yeah, he has 12,000 money in his pocket, 13,000 prestige and 7,000 piety. I don't quite know what he's going to do with it all, but... So the capital of the Holy Roman Empire is now in Worms. Kaiserslautern, to be specific. Which is kind of weird. There's something I was going to look up. I was going to see what he had in his treasury? No, because we knew about that. Oh well, I can't remember. It will be entertaining to see what he gets up to when he's not under my control. And meanwhile, yes, the Queen of Egypt will probably be trying to solidify her control over North Africa and convert all of it to Catholicism. I mean, there's a bunch of vassal inheritance warnings because people have been appointed to these things who might end up. Is he heir to anything interesting? Yeah, so like, oh no, he's only heir. He's heir. Oh gods, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we might want to turn down the Crown Authority. You have someone who has a claim on the Byzantine Empire in our kingdom. I suppose everyone does. Yes, and currently we really, really need to get a decent heir, but that's what picking have a child as an ambition is for. He's heir to the High Chieftain of Pskov and is going to, like... We're going to end up with Pskov being part of the Kingdom of Egypt, aren't we? Anyway. Pinkbee saying she's not big on control of the Upper Nile Valley either for a Queen of Egypt. You think we should take Makuria, do you? And we've got quite a bit of the Nile, but yes. I mean, we totally can start working our way up the Nile. Right, the religious situation gets complicated over here. Indeed, we're not our territory isn't entirely Sunni. We've got that's our capital. Yes, our capital has been converted automatically. So for stat, what's our tech situation like? I wonder. Yeah, not bad. So Fustat has become our capital and is Catholic, but there's a bunch of monophysite areas. Around. We should probably get a Catholic husband. That will make life simpler. I mean, I don't get the option to... I can secretly become Orthodox. Actually, yeah. Which would be kind of weird as a Crusader. But I can't actually ask my husband to become Catholic, rather weirdly. Possibly because he's... have I not unpaused since I don't know that I've unpaused since I became Queen Adalberta. Maybe he's still randomly stuck in the wrong location at the moment. Anyway. I should stop doing this and go to bed. But Queen of Egypt controls Cyprus and quite a bit of North Africa, but there's plenty more which we could take if we put some effort in. And we've got 24,000 troops to do it with. So we'll see you at some point and carry on with this and hope we can get a child before the game ends. Meanwhile, there's a button around here that says good night. Good night.